So it looks like PlayStation officially is killing off the physical media. No more physical media, I think, starting 2028. Honestly, I mean, it's not surprising, but it was weird too because I thought about it and I'm like, I thought to myself, I'm like, have I ever in like the multiple years that I've owned a PlayStation 5? I think I bought my PS5 back in like 2025, 2022, I think it was. I think it was 2022. Maybe it was 2023, I can't remember. Like, I thought to myself, I'm like, have I ever purchased or played a physical disc on my PlayStation? And I realized I was like, no, I've never purchased a physical disc for the PlayStation, and I've never even watched a Blu-ray movie on my PlayStation 5. Like, I've just never done that. It's all been digital for me, so like I'm not even impacted by this at all. But I know like other people are freaking out about it. So it's like it's still interesting. But this is interesting right here. GameStop is not hurting after Sony kills discs. Why not? GameStop is, from my understanding, is that GameStop is always hurting. Why is GameStop not hurting? Software sales were actually the smallest part of the company's overall business, so how do they make their money? For the 13 weeks that ended May 2nd, GameStop reported a software revenue. Oh my god, shut up. Just get to the point. GameStop's biggest revenue driver was collectibles. Are you kidding me? Which amounted to that much money, $348.9 million. 41.8% of GameStop's total revenue was driven by was collectibles? But what's a collectible? Next behind it was hardware and accessories, which came to 333.7, so 333 million. Wait, so what do they even consider collectible? So they're talking about toys and stuff like that. I did not know that. So GameStop doesn't even make most of its money on video games. It makes most of its money on toys. They should just call it like Collectibles Stop or Toy Stop. That's interesting. That dude, I just learned that in real time. I bet you did too. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that. Ryan McCaffrey is right here. It's like Xbox and PlayStation are competing in the turd in a punch bowl Olympics, and they are jockeying back and forth to see who wins. It's not inaccurate. I think what it is too is Sony's trying to get all this stuff out because obviously Rockstar's GTA 6 is not going to be a physical disc ever, and Sony is just like basically in parallel announcing this with Rockstar. It's almost like a dual press conference with both of those. Like, no, we're not doing physical discs ever. But the other thing is like, Sony's trying to get this news out before Xbox fires all of its people, because you want Xbox and Microsoft to have the most negative news at the very end, so everybody focuses on that forever. Like, if you're the one with the worst news and you're at the tail end, everybody remembers that. Decided to cancel PS Plus, just hoping Sony reconsiders their decision to kill physical games. They won't. They will not be doing so. I think this guy right here, Sony's just sitting back watching and hoping this blows over nice and quick. But just remember, we keep the door open. Now is the time to push back and let them know. I think the problem here is that the overwhelming majority of people on PlayStation and probably Xbox, and I don't know about Nintendo, probably Nintendo, and of course PC, most people who play games, they buy digital. Like, most people are buying digital, so I don't think there's going to be any pushback. That's the thing. Like, I thought to myself, I'm like, wow, this is the first PlayStation console, PS5, for which I have literally never purchased physical media. I've just never purchased physical media for it. So if that's the case, I'm like, oh boy, okay. And I never even like, it was to the extent that I didn't even realize that was the case. So clearly when you don't realize it's the case, you're like, okay. Yeah, it's like ironic, I guess, because I remember when Sony released this video here, I think it was something like, this is how you share video games or something. This video was released after Microsoft, I think it was in 2013, released all that DRM crap for their Xbox One, and like how Xbox One, like you couldn't share games, you had to like do it in a very specific way. They released this video right here, and it got like 20 million views or something, and it was insane. Like, they totally capitalized on all the DRM crap at Xbox, and now Sony are the ones that kill physical games. It's just kind of, it's you know, it's weird. It's just very odd to see this happen. There's your industry transition, by the way. And then here, this guy's like one of these like rabid Xbox fanboys. Like, this dude, I think, is like genuinely unintelligent. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Xbox fans are now freaking out because they feel like there's too much negativity directed towards Xbox, and somehow it turns into an anti-Xbox thing. I mean, Xbox is going to do it too, so it's not like they're the good guys. I mean, it's always Xbox's fault. Don't you know it? And then, of course, the most obvious thing ever, Windows Central, Xbox's next-gen hardware, Project Helix, is also expected to not include a disk drive. I mean, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Like, yeah. Also, they should just not include Project Helix in Project Helix. Just go ahead and just don't include the actual console in the console, because you know it's not going to sell, dude. You know this thing's dead on arrival, bro. Dead on arrival. My spacebar's broken. I'm telling you, it's dead on arrival. I like this guy's comment. Let's thumb this up. Here we go. Here's a good one. The Verge, Xbox testing disc to digital feature that digitizes a physical game collection. Yeah, see, okay, so this is actually a good thing. I like this right here. This is kind of cool. So this is like good guy Microsoft. They suck at everything else, but they're always good at like that stupid, all these stupid little functions and all this function creep crap where they do a bunch of random stuff that doesn't really help them that much, but people kind of like it sometimes. This type of stuff is cool. Like, yeah, and Sony needs to do this because I see Microsoft doing a better job at preserving, the physical collections. Even I think that Microsoft would do a better job at this just because that's the one thing that can make them look good. So they're like, all right, let's just go ahead and try to preserve everything while Sony just throws everything away. Because Sony does have that thing where they're like, well, we're going to make things unavailable on the, on this store or that store, and you're not going to be able to get it again. So please get it before we shut it down. It's like, well, why don't you digitize it and let us have it, or take the digital stuff, whatever it is, just let us have it. I think that, again, they do sometimes, but it's not like across the board and it's not consistent. Whereas I think Microsoft is probably just better at this. This is like the one thing I would trust Microsoft to do over, Sony, but I mean, still, it's not enough. And here we go with the lawsuits already. PlayStation is currently facing multiple class action lawsuits over accusations that the PlayStation Store is a monopoly. Is it really? I don't know. It's probably not. Although you could say like, well, they're so massively successful in so many markets and there's no one to compete. Maybe, I don't know. That's the price of success right there.